Welcome back to the Bluewater Auto Restoration Podcast, your weekly dose of classic car insights. It's Saturday, January 25th. This is week 4 of the 2025 Bluewater Auto Restoration Podcast.
And don't forget to visit our website at www.bluewaterautorestoration.com for even more classic car content and information about our services.
You can find this podcast and all our other episodes on Spotify, Google Music, YouTube, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, or SoundCloud. We release new podcasts every Saturday morning. Tune in here for all your classic car news. This week, we're tackling a common garage dilemma you might be facing. Too many vehicles, not enough space. Specifically, we're diving into car hoists versus stackers to help you decide what's best for your garage.
It's a real problem. That Wall Street Journal survey finding only 70% of homeowners feel they have enough garage parking space really resonated with me. You know, it's not always just clutter. Sometimes it's simply a matter of having more cars than parking spots.
Exactly. And paying for off-site vehicle storage can get expensive, not to mention the headache of a garage expansion. So what's the solution? Car lifts. They take advantage of that often neglected vertical space, allowing you to basically double your parking capacity. It's like magic, but with engineering.
There are a few types of car lifts for home garages, 4-post lifts, 2-post lifts, and scissor lifts. However, for long-term, parking scissor lifts aren't really the best option because their lifting capacity is generally lower and you can't park a car underneath them, which defeats the purpose of maximizing space.
Right. So that leaves us with our main event, the 4-post lift versus the 2-post lift. Let's start with the 4-post lift. For pure parking purposes, I think it takes the cake. You just drive your car onto the platform, lift it up, and bam, instant parking space underneath. What do you think?
I completely agree. What's great about 4-post lifts is that the support posts are located at the corners of the platform. This leaves plenty of room for the doors to open on the car parked below, making it super easy to access both vehicles. No more squeezing between cars or contorting yourself just to get in.
That would definitely make life easier in the garage, wouldn't it? Plus, with a 4-post lift, you don't need to worry about pinpointing specific lifting points on your vehicle like you do with a 2-post lift. It feels much more user-friendly, especially for someone who may not be mechanically inclined.
Absolutely. But let's talk about those 2-post lifts for a minute. They operate a bit differently, lifting the car by the frame using 2 arms. You have to be very precise when positioning the arms to ensure the car's center of gravity is balanced.
Well, that might sound straightforward. I can imagine there's a bit of a learning curve involved. Could choosing the wrong lifting points lead to any safety concerns?
Well, let's just say it's not a risk you want to take. Choosing the wrong lifting points can lead to instability. And in a worst-case scenario, the car could even fall.
Yikes. That definitely highlights the importance of safety when it comes to car lifts. No matter which type of lift you choose, they should meet strict safety standards, be professionally installed, and regularly maintained. Would you agree?
Absolutely. Let's talk about some of the safety features that give you peace of mind. All reputable lifts come equipped with safety locks that engage automatically as the lift rises, preventing it from accidentally lowering.
And then there are hydraulic flow restrictors, which I read can control the rate at which the lift descends, even if there's a sudden loss of hydraulic pressure.
Right. And 4-post lifts often have wheel chocks to prevent the car from rolling off the platform. So in terms of stability, the 4-post lift definitely takes the lead. Those 4 posts provide a very solid base, especially important if you're storing a heavier vehicle or planning to keep it lifted for an extended period. But I wouldn't count 2-post lifts out completely. For anyone who likes to get their hands dirty, they're a favorite choice for car maintenance.
I can see why. The 2-post lifts offer unobstructed access to the wheels and underside of the vehicle, making them ideal for oil changes, brake work, and other repairs.
Exactly. You really can't beat that kind of accessibility for a DIY mechanic.
Okay, so for the DIY mechanics out there, 2-post lifts seem to have the edge. But I was reading that 4-post lifts aren't completely out of the game when it comes to maintenance. What about those jack tray attachments?
You're right. You can actually get attachments for 4-post lifts called jack trays. These trays allow you to lift the car off the platform, giving you similar access to the underside as a 2-post lift. It really adds to the versatility of 4-post lifts.
That's a good point. And it's not like you can only store cars on them. You can store motorcycles, lawnmowers, or other bulky items on 4-post lifts as well. Plus, if you ever need to rearrange your garage, some 4-post lifts even come with caster kits allowing you to move the lift around. Of course, we can't talk about car lifts without addressing the cost. 2-post lifts are generally cheaper than 4-post lifts, right?
That's right. This is mainly due to their simpler construction and typically lower lifting capacity. But remember, you often get what you pay for.
Exactly. When it comes to something as important as safety and reliability, investing in a reputable brand is crucial. Don't be tempted by bargain basement deals that could compromise your peace of mind.
Think of it as a long-term investment. By adding a car lift to your garage, you're potentially eliminating the need for off-site storage fees or costly garage expansions down the road.
It really is an investment that can pay off in the long run, especially when you think about saying goodbye to those monthly storage fees or the hassle of a garage expansion. It's all about maximizing your space and creating a garage that works for you.
You know, this whole conversation about maximizing space and getting organized, it reminds me of something I read about the psychology of clutter. Apparently, a cluttered environment can actually increase stress levels and decrease productivity.
I've heard that too. There's a whole field of study dedicated to the impact of our surroundings on our well-being. And when it comes to our garages, they often become dumping grounds for all sorts of stuff, leading to that feeling of overwhelm. I know mine does.
Absolutely. So, by investing in a car lift and creating more organized space, you're not just improving your garage's functionality, you're potentially boosting your mood and well-being too. It's a win-win.
I love that perspective. And let's not forget the aesthetic aspect. A well-organized garage with a sleek car lift just looks impressive. It's like giving your garage a personality makeover.
I agree. It's like a statement piece that says, hey, I take pride in my space and my cars. And that pride of ownership can really come through in the choice of a car lift too. Some people prefer the rugged industrial look of a two-post lift, while others are drawn to the clean lines and modern aesthetic of a four-post lift. It's all about finding the perfect fit for your garage's vibe.
I never thought about it that way. It's interesting how something as functional as a car lift can also be an expression of personal style. Speaking of the evolution of car lifts, did you know they've been around for over a century?
It's true. It's amazing how something we take for granted today has such a rich history. The early car lifts were these massive, heavy-duty contraptions, mostly used in professional automotive shops. They required a lot of manual labor to operate.
Wow, I can't even imagine. So how did they become more common in home garages?
As technology advanced, car lifts became more compact, efficient, and user-friendly, making them accessible to the home mechanic. And that accessibility has revolutionized the way we think about our garages. They're no longer just storage spaces. They're potential workshops, hobby centers, and even extensions of our living areas.
It's like unlocking a hidden potential in our homes. And speaking of unlocking potential, that's what we do here at Bluewater Auto Restoration. We help you bring your classic car dreams to life, whether it's a full restoration, a custom build, or simply some routine maintenance. We even help clients design and outfit their dream garages, complete with car lifts, tool storage, and custom flooring.
And we're not just about the cars themselves, we're about the community. We love connecting with fellow car enthusiasts, sharing knowledge, and helping each other create those dream garages.
So if you're ever in the area, be sure to stop by our shop and say hello. We'd love to chat with you, show you around, and maybe even give you some inspiration for your own garage makeover. But back to car lifts. I think it's important to remember that while we've talked a lot about the practical benefits, they can also just be plain fun.
Absolutely. Imagine the satisfaction of effortlessly lifting your car to work on it, or simply admire it from a new angle. It's like having your own personal showroom in your garage.
And think about the possibilities for customization. You can add lighting, flooring, and even create themed spaces around your car lift to really make it your own.
It's all about making your garage a reflection of your passion and personality. And that's what makes this whole journey so exciting.
I couldn't agree more. As you embark on your own car lift adventure, remember to have fun with it. Explore the options, let your creativity flow, and create a space that you'll love spending time in.
And if you have any questions along the way, don't hesitate to reach out to us at Bluewater Auto Restoration. We're here to help you make your garage dreams a reality.
Whether you're a seasoned gearhead or just starting to explore the world of classic cars, there's always something new to learn and discover when it comes to working on your own vehicles.
It's true. That's the beauty of this hobby. It's constantly evolving, with new technologies, trends, and restoration techniques emerging all the time.
And that's what makes it so important to stay connected with fellow enthusiasts, whether it's through online forums, car clubs, or even in-person events.
I totally agree. We learn so much from each other by sharing tips, tricks, and stories about our automotive adventures. It's truly a community effort.
Well said. And speaking of community, we wouldn't be here without the support of our amazing listeners. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of car hoists versus stackers. We hope you found it informative, engaging, and maybe even a little inspiring as you think about tackling that garage makeover.
And remember, if you're wrestling with that age-old problem of too many cars and not enough space, A car lift might just be the solution you've been looking for. It can really be a game changer for your garage and your peace of mind.
It sounds like they really can be a great solution. So as we wrap up this episode, I will leave you with one final thought-provoking question. What's one small change you can make to your garage today to make it a more functional and enjoyable space? Maybe it's decluttering a corner, adding some new lighting, or maybe even starting to research car lifts. Every step counts when it comes to creating your dream garage.
That's a great question to consider. Remember, creating your dream garage is a journey, not a destination. So enjoy the process, have fun, and don't be afraid to experiment.
I love that. And we'll be here every step of the way to provide you with information and inspiration. Be sure to tune in next week for another deep dive into the world of classic cars. Until then, happy wrenching.